I'm in the Boundary Waters, just outside of Ely, on a deep winter. A couple now, we're here for 2 nights. Right now it's about -2, -3 Fahrenheit. And this is about some of the warmer temperatures that we'll experience on this trip. But I'm here with Miyagi, Milos, and Jeremy with Midwest Backpacker. It's windy and it's cold, and it's gonna get colder. What am I doing? What's up, friends? It's Rob Pelton here in the most wintry wonderland you can experience. Boundary Waters, northern Minnesota. It's sub-zero temps. The high today is +2. The low tonight is -16. This is Fahrenheit. Saturday night it's gonna be 20 below zero. We got hammocks, we got tents. We brought all our polk sleds. But we just made it to camp. It wasn't that far in. With the temps as cold as they are, we opted to do a little shorter distance. I mean, maybe a mile from the car, because this is dangerous stuff if you don't know what you're doing. Stick around. I'll show you all of us suffering over the next couple days. Walking around camp here, trying to find a good hang spot, because I did bring the Ridgerunner. I'm going to be hammocking, layering top quilts and under quilts and everything. I'm kind of on a rise. Main camp is just down there. I just want to be out of the wind. The wind is what's going to be crazy. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's windy. Got Jeremy just back there. Let's see what I can find. Just here setting up my hammock. I brought the Ridgerunner on this trip, like I said before. We're expecting 16 below zero tonight. And then tomorrow night, 20 below zero. Now that's before wind chill, mind you. With how windy it is, it might get pretty brutal. So I recently did a winter video where I showed how I layered insulation in my hammock, and that you can find that video just right up here. But it's gonna be more extreme, which means it needs to be, a much better insulation system. Still going with a layered approach. On the very outside is a underquilt protector. It's to help block out the wind. It'll help keep the wind from blowing away any heat I've accumulated. And this is a 2Q ZQ underquilt protector. And then the next layer is a DIY Costco underquilt, and I just layered that underneath it. It'll add just a little bit. These things are only rated for like 50 degrees or something. And then another layer by Local Libre. It is their Ridge Reaper underquilt. This is a 20 degree plus 20 degree. And then right next to my body is another 20 degree. This is the Lynx underquilt by Warbonnet. Now, 1 insulation, 2 insulation, 3 insulation, and a cover. That should keep me warm, but I want to kind of hedge my bet and go for something that's going to work. So check out the last piece. The Nemo Tensor insulated sleeping pad. Now it's a fairly warm pad. I mean, not warm for conditions like this. I don't think I'd be able to use this on the ground by itself, but it's 25 inches wide, and it's the regular length version. But with the Ridgerunner here, it's got a double layer, so there's a sleeve underneath. I'm gonna slide this underneath, and this is gonna be directly against me. But the other cool part about this is this will raise me out of the hammock just a little bit, and it'll eliminate any kind of shoulder squeeze that you get from this. So there's like 5 layers of warmth coming from underneath. If I'm cold, then I got problems. Let's talk top quilts, the insulation from the top. Now, I don't use a sleeping bag in a hammock. I use something called a top quilt. If you don't know what a top quilt is, just Google search it, YouTube search it. There's a billion videos on top quilts. I don't have a very warm top quilt. So again, going with the layered approach. On the outside from Hammock Gear is their Econ Burrow series. It's their economy series. It's filled with duck down instead of goose down. But on the outside here is a 10 degree, plus 10 degree. Layered underneath that is going to be a 30 degree with overstuff. So the 30 degree along with the 10 degree should get me warm down to minus 15 or so. But there is one more component that I'll need to ensure that I stay warm. And that last piece is a point blanket. A wool, thick, warm blanket made out of wool. This is gonna go over top of me. It's gonna seal me in and really help me stay warm. This is the coldest temperature that I will have slept in a hammock. I hope my system is warm enough. We'll see tonight if I stay warm enough, but I'm really worried about tomorrow night, so we'll see how that happens. So, gonna get all this set up, and it's time to get some firewood. And just like that, the sleeping accommodations are set up. Got my Warbonnet's 13-foot custom mountain fly with the spreader bars up top. I built up a little bit of a wall here to help kind of keep up any of the wind. The wind's coming from the northwest. The only thing we can really hope at this point is the wind dies down, because if the wind dies down, it'll actually kind of be nice at 15 below zero. But yeah, it's weird, but I'm kind of excited to sleep in this tonight. I'm set up right next to Jeremy here. We have basically matching Ridgerunner hammock setups. We got the same tarp, the same hammock, a lot of very similar gear. Jeremy's kind of a copycat that way, but we're gonna go check on Miyagi and Milos, make sure that they're still alive. I think they're gathering firewood, which is, we're gonna need a lot of firewood. So let's go check on those chuckleheads and see what we got. So here's our little safety area. It's my Kingdom hot my tent, one of my big tents, but we're kind of using it as a hot tent, kind of a safe area because we have a heater going on in here. Because like I said, it's pretty cold, dangerously cold, and it's good to have a place to come if you absolutely need to. But just to let you know, inside the tent is 38 degrees, and outside it's 4 degrees. So yeah, it's actually pretty nice in here. It's above freezing in here. So this will give us a chance to dry some stuff out in here, maybe eat dinner, especially if it's going to be windy. So this tent's pretty sweet. Yeah. Finally got a fire rolling. It's getting chilly, the sun's going down, and it's been kind of snowing pretty much all day. But if it wasn't for the fire, it'd be damn cold. But we got some chili going in the big pot over there. We're snuggling. It's still windy, like a not good windy. And then of course we got a janky tarp that we're under.
This tarp isn't made for anybody over 5'8".
Morning. 8:30. Slept very, very warm. It was 85 degrees inside my hammock. And I believe out here it got down to minus, I want to say 16, but maybe a little warmer than that, maybe 14. Cold. My sleeping pad it made me freeze. It's just not warm enough to help you with any insulating value at these temperatures. I think the pad just got in the way of the underquilts doing their actual job. So I was freezing for a while, and then I thought, you know what, I got to do something. I removed the pad, and I instantly started to get warmer. It was amazing. So the pad in theory sounded good. In practice, not so much. But right now, I think it's minus, I don't know, 10 or something. And we're gonna get up. We gotta get fires going. We gotta do all kinds of stuff. So, and we gotta decide if we're gonna spend another night. Ugh. So we got the crew awake. We're in the big tent now. We're gonna heat this thing up, have some breakfast in here. And then we get to discuss the plans of the day.
Don't die.
How'd your boy sleep?
Polar bear plunge.
Good. Good in the Hilleberg.
Good. Warm.
What is this, me?
Didn't want to get out.
And here comes this guy.
Hey, we got a guy.
This is Milos.
Come on in, guy.
Holy crap, what are you doing?
You tell me bring the water pot?
No, not the water pot.
Oh, get the cups too. What could go wrong? Here, I'm gonna put this down.
Milos. How did you sleep?
I slept like this.
Just finished making some breakfast. Got a little fire going there with hot water on the pot. The boys went to harvest some more firewood. We found a pretty good spot with a bunch of down trees, really good dry wood. It's a little ways away, but we got the polk sleds to help haul it all up here. I kind of redid our whole camp space, our whole tarp shelter here. That's just to help block the prevailing winds. But the sun is out. It's nicer than it sounds. When I tell you it's 6 degrees below zero, the wind chill, it's probably 20 or something, I don't know. But you prepare for it, and it's pretty damn nice. So Miyagi,
This is Native American fry bread.
his own special recipe. It's hot. It's an unleavened bread, so it doesn't rise. This is got what, garlic, salt, and onion powder in it.
Garlic, salt, onion powder. Real simple. It's got flour, baking soda, a little salt.
That's mine.
And on a day like today, it hits the spot.
If you want the recipe to this, I'll leave a link to Miyagi's channel and his video. Maybe he'll talk about it there. Maybe he won't. I don't know what he does.
It's gonna be a miss.
It's been a pretty cool trip. One big thing about winter camping, especially like this deep winter style camping, is you have to have low activity. You can't work up a sweat. Sweat in conditions like this, kind of like death. So everything you do has to be pretty deliberate and controlled. And the big chore is firewood. Because firewood keeps you warm by searching for it, keeps you warm again by processing it up, and then it keeps you warm again by burning it, right? But even though it's 10 below zero right now, just looked at the forecast, it's going to be like 26 below with a 51 degree below zero wind chill. That's cold. But you prepare for it, don't sweat, wear the appropriate clothing, have the right gear, have the right mindset, really. Have the right mindset. I'm camping at 20 below. Okay. But it's actually, it can be a lot of fun. So if you're thinking about winter camping, go in your backyard first. Don't just come out to the Boundary Waters and just get this going. But the company you keep makes a difference as well. 4 o'clock p.m. I'm actually out here on the lake. This is Hegeman Lake in the Boundary Waters. It's just a big chain of lakes. It's a gigantic park, basically, in northern Minnesota. A lot of it allows no motorized boats, vehicles, nothing like that, so it's very pristine. We came in from there yesterday, wrapped around, and then our campsite's right up here. So let's take a look at camp. Let's see what we got going on up there. So coming up the hill, right off to my left is where we set up my big tent. We're kind of using it as a hot tent. The tent down here is a Hilberg.
We're gonna have a place for
Milosh Miyagi was sleeping in there. We actually had a heater going on in this morning. It was like a little sauna. It was kind of cool. And of course, we spent pretty much the whole day eating, hanging around, exerting low energy, exerting almost nothing. Just so we don't have to, we're already burning calories trying to stay warm. And I don't know what he's doing. And then right back here is where Jeremy, Midwest Backpacker, and I are set up. Let's take a look at that. All right, right back here, camp is out that way. Come along here. We're in this little dip where it keeps us out of the wind, which is really nice. You have Jeremy's set up here, my rig right back there. Then way back there, there's the latrine, which you can access behind my big hot tent. It's a pretty good campsite. We are very, very lucky to find a bunch of really dry, seasoned, downed wood here in the Boundary Waters, which is key for this kind of camping, right? But usually, firewood is pretty much ransacked near these campsites. But we got really lucky because we were in a boggy area, which you really can't access during the warmer months. But since everything's frozen, we were able to access some of that. Found a bunch of really good dry wood. Now we're going to continue to cook and eat and have good times. Keep that fire rolling. We're going to get it big. We're going to burn all our firewood. We're just going to burn it all. And then try to stay warm. And then get up in the morning and try to get out of the hammock at 50 million below zero.
If you ever want more fish.
Always eating,
Anytime there is
non-stop eating. These are camp fajitas, a la Chef Miyagi.
He's the best.
When it's -5, why not fajitas, right?
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Just about 10 o'clock. Had one of the best fires I've ever had. It's just blazing and warm. It's minus 14 degrees out right now. Everyone's pretty much turning in. Jeremy left about a half hour ago to hit the hammock. I'm just enjoying the fire. It's nice out, at least by the fire. I hope my sleep system is up to the task. We'll find out, and I'll let you know in the morning. Good night. Good morning from the hammock. It's 7:50 in the morning, Sunday. Last night, or right now, it's 25 degrees below zero out there, and in my hammock, it was 85, 84. That's amazing. So my layering system for my hammock worked outstandingly well. Actually, I'm very surprised that it worked out as well as it did, especially after removing the pad, the sleeping pad last night. World of difference, and then incorporating the wool blanket, man, just fantastic. But the day's gonna start wearing on. We gotta pack up camp, gotta pull the sleds back. There's a lot of stuff to do, so I gotta get my ass up and get going because my hands are cold now. We'll see you on the... all packed up. It is severe clear. I mean, there's not a cloud in the sky. It is so bright out there. The wind has died down. It's really nice, actually. But we're gonna enjoy a little time by the fire, get warmed up, and then make the trek across the lake back to the cars. It's been a fun trip. Definitely colder than I've ever slept outdoors in my life. But I consider it a success. I have nothing frostbit so far as I can tell. Had a good time. There was never a time where I felt like I was in danger. Just having your wits about you and having the proper gear and the proper mindset is huge out here. But I'm not gonna lie though, a warm bed sounds kind of nice. Oh my goodness. Made it back to the car just a little bit ago, changed out some clothes. My battery died on my camera way out there. In cold temperatures like this, batteries, they just don't last. I had a really cool exiting shot of me coming up a trail and had frost all over and I looked just epic. But now you get this instead. If you haven't tried winter camping, get out there, try it safely, of course. Make sure you make the right gear choices and bring company as well. Special thanks to Miyagi. I'll put a link to his YouTube channel down in the description of this video. And also thanks to Jeremy with Midwest Backpacker. His channel link is down in the description as well. And of course, Milos, thank you, brother. Appreciate you coming along. Just an absolutely awesome trip. Very, very testing of your skills and your mental state, really. Well, that's questionable where I am, I guess. But I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions for me, if you want to tell me how dumb I am sleeping outside in 25 below, leave those questions, comments in the comment area down below. But until next time, get outside, enjoy this big, beautiful world.
Enjoy it.
And again, check this guy's channel out.
Beautiful out here. Good times, brother.
Good times, bro.
See you guys.
Drive safe.